Black people have influenced every aspect of American life. Don't believe me? Just take a look at what's happening in gymnastics. For the first time ever, Black gymnasts took home the gold, silver, and bronze medals in the women's all-around competition at the 2023 World Championships. And at the college level, current and former athletes like Trinity Thomas, MJ Frazier, Nia Smith, Jordan Childs, and the queen of the floor, Darion Goborn, infused the sport with style and swag. Simone Biles is the GOAT, but judging by the talented Black women in the sport today, gymnastics is in good hands.
Just saw the first Black podium in the Olympics this past summer. Really cool to see from the college meets we get to go to every week, Kennedy, to the Olympic level in Paris. It is just truly incredible to see the impact of Black gymnasts in the sport and the influence on the younger gymnasts trying to reach their dreams.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly important to see for Black gymnasts the role that they would want to be in one day, to have that example, to see these athletes really step up. We've never had more diversity in gymnastics than we do now, and we just grow every single year. It's nice to see that encouragement throughout the sport.
Absolutely, and we've seen it in different events on the floor. Coming up, going to see Anya Pilgrim, Selena Harris-Miranda, Taylor Clark for Florida. See the floor averages this season, so both teams are going to end on their best events into rotation 3 now. Florida trying to pick it up on the floor. Anything about this rotation you're excited about?
Yeah, we just saw Taylor Clark right there in this freshman debut season that she's had. It's nice to see her really start to perform those routines. Another huge performer, Selena Harris-Miranda, bring over that dance experience from UCLA straight to the Florida floor lineup. Cannot wait to see that tonight.
It's coming up in rotation 3. Arkansas will be on the beam. It's Callista Gamio leading off. We will have it coming up next. You're watching Friday Night Heights, presented by Sprouts Farmers Market on SEC Network. Friday Night Heights is presented by Sprouts Farmers Market. Welcome you back inside of Bud Walton Arena. Take a look at how our meet has gone so far to this point. Florida leads after 2 rotations. See the lead there, and a strong start on the vault and the bars for Florida. Selena Harris-Miranda putting up the season high 9.950 to close out the vault lineup. A .200 lead after 2 rotations. And now into the 3rd rotation, where Florida will be on the floor. Victoria Wynn will lead it off. Callista Gamio on the beam for Arkansas.
First up, for your Razorbacks, make some noise for Callista Gamio!
Here's Callista, the senior from Honolulu. 4th season, all with Arkansas.
Callista's been in this leadoff spot so many times, has nailed this routine countless times over the years for Arkansas. She's incredibly consistent. This routine is difficult. She opens with a challenging layout, step out to start her routine. You're gonna see these acro series throughout on beam from both teams, a requirement. Really nice job. It actually looked like she was a little crooked on the first one. Way to navigate that back on top of the beam and keep it clean to the lunge. Callista just has such a calmness that the lineup then builds off of. I think it makes the Arkansas beam team a little bit more special. You can see she's always chill and relaxed when she gets up there. I know that her teammates feed off of that energy, and it's necessary for them.
And Jordan Weaver told us nothing phases her. And Kennedy vibing to the Corinne Bailey Ray, too.
Sometimes, people will pick a song on beam. I'm curious to know if Callista picked Corinne Bailey Ray for her beam song this year. Nice job. That back foot on that first layout step out was turned out and those toes were off the beam. Takes a seasoned competitor to navigate, keep that on the beam, and show that it didn't have a wobble.
Now Victoria Wind leading off the floor lineup for Florida.
Victoria is a beautiful dancer. Last year she had a really fun anime routine. The music inspired from anime. The routine this year is powerful and intense. Struggled a little bit on consistency in the tumbling passes this season. Looking to have a good away meet here on floor for her. Starts with an incredibly difficult front double twist to a Sassone. Nice effort there. She's got to get that connection. It's 1/10 in bonus. She needs it for her start value. Beautiful leaps, well over that 180 degrees, exactly what the judges need to see. Setting up for this last tumbling pass. This is where she had that mistake on Sunday, a little under rotation. No problems today, so clean, straight into her choreography. Nice to see that bounce back from Victoria. Very well done. Good improvement on this final tumbling run here. She landed short last week, had those feet right underneath her, bounced beautifully into that front layout. Nice clean form throughout. Great way to lead off the Florida team.
Kennedy, switching back to the beam, your points of emphasis.
Dance and acro skills. How clean and how effective are you getting all the way around on those leaps, connections? Are they smooth? Are there wobbles throughout? And of course, the artistry and the balance. How well are you staying up there?
I felt like such a novice asking you this question. I always do when I ask you questions, Kennedy, but before the meet, we just talked about the impact of your feet on the beam and being able to maintain that despite the fact that that hurts.
It does hurt. The higher you are, the less painful it is. But when they come down on those double leg skills, it's intense and it's a lot of pressure at the bottom of your foot. Great job on her acro series there, a little different from other competitors in the competition on her first one. She only puts down one hand, has to have a lot of strength in her shoulder. Little balance check, slight dip in that left shoulder. Nice job keeping it on top of the beam. Katie Ewald is not someone that we typically see in the beam lineup.
Following Gamio's 9.825 that led it off.
Difficult standing switch leap there. You've got to have a lot of power in those legs to get up, be able to separate them, and then hit a full split at the top. Ending with a difficult front 1.5 twist off the beam. She can see her feet coming down, but that's a lot to twist. Good effort. Nice start for Katie. We don't usually see her in the beam lineup. A little wobbles throughout, but good job staying on top. You'll see that dip in the shoulder right here. Great effort to keep it on top of the beam, though. Those tints matter.
There's a 9.875 that led off on the floor with Victoria Wind for Florida. And now Anya Pilgrim set to step up here on the floor for the Gators.
Opens with this double leg up turn here. She's been challenging herself to step right in front on that. They switched it. It was later in her routine. They just want to get it out of the way, start with it clean. Great opening tumbling run there. There's a lot of twisting in that 1.5 to double full. notice the effort she's putting in to make sure those feet are shown all the way around on these 2-pass routines. You've got to do an excellent job on your leaps. The judges are taking those deductions this year. Another combination pass for Anya, front through to double. A little short, you could tell even coming out of her back handspring, her feet were too far behind her. Nice job pulling that around and saving it. Difficult 1.5 twist. It's hard to keep your legs glued together on those twisting elements. You're going around incredibly fast.
Kennedy, to pull it back, we talked about how important of a meet this is for both teams. On the Arkansas side, they have one score of 197 or better this season. You worked with our friend Bart last week, who likes to mention the benchmarks you would hit, especially going 49 plus per rotation. And in order to do that, you have to have a 9.8 plus average on your counting scores. Again, counting 5 out of the 6 scores, and we'll keep it posted on that in our score tower on the right side of your screen there as the judges are coming together. And right now, both teams consistently doing that to hit the 49 plus average in each rotation. If you're Arkansas, you'd love to get a 197 today as a team score, coming off the Oklahoma meet last week when they were dealing with illness, had a flu bug running throughout the course of the team. For the most part, back healthy this week. Lineup changes, though, and fresh faces on both sides.
It would be nice to see Arkansas really get this bounce back. They're doing a great job of starting off the energy and then building it up, finishing with those big 9.9s at the end. I know they want the same repetition of bars and ball on beam as well.
So the judges did come up with a score of 9.675 for Katie Ewald. So see that updated there. That was what we were waiting on. Priscilla Park waiting patiently to go up on the beam next for Arkansas.
Beam is probably the hardest event to stop and wait. You have, there's already so many nerves on that 4-inch wide beam. A difficult candle mount for Priscilla. Another event she really shines on is being precise and confident when she's up there. Opening with her acro series here. Now she's capable of 3 elements in a row. She's changed this to see her to just a back handspring, layout, step out. Another difficult leap series you're going to see is the switch leap, switch leap. You've got to be high enough and straight enough on the first one to hit the amplitude and split on the second one. Nice job there from her. One and a half dismount, that blind landing again. Slightly short. Really nice routine on top of the beam. I know she wanted to get that stick. Went a little too hard for it, had that under rotation. Otherwise, clean routine from Priscilla. Beautiful leap right there. I like how the second one was higher and bigger than the first one. That's what you want to see on these leap combinations.
Now, Taylor Clark, I know you're really excited for her future. We're going to get to watch her on the floor here.
I'm excited to see this routine in person, Jason. She has elevated each meet, her dance specifically, going bigger every single time. I think that if you go bigger on your dance, it makes it easier. Opens with a huge double layout here. She's been trying to find that landing. Well done. That might be the best one she's done this season. Nice and inbounds, really controlled. Good to see from Taylor there. It's nice to see Taylor feeling comfortable out there in her dance. It takes some practices and some competition to really feel that, especially at an away meet. The teams opposing you, they're not really cheering for you, so to really go big on your dance still is challenging. Final tumbling run here, difficult front through to double tuck, similar to Anya's. Really well done. I like the control she had out of that, going straight to the lunge. One of the best routines Taylor's done so far this season on floor.
The chop to put the punctuation point on it.
This opening pass was such an improvement. Last week she had a little stumble right here. Huge height in the air on that. And again, front through to double tuck. You're gonna see big amplitude and right back to the lunge.
They gave Pilgrim before a 9.750. Maddie Walagora, this is now her debut as a Razorback on beat.
Really nice job there. Sometimes the most difficult part of the routine is the full turn, a requirement from every single routine. All the skills are so hard, and then you think the full turn is going to be easy, and then it's even more challenging. Oh, an unfortunate fall from Maddie. Actually, I could see her off a little bit in that back handspring. I was gonna say, if she kept that on the beam, that's incredibly impressive. I could see her crooked. It's important, though, that she finishes this routine well. You never know what's going to happen in the rest of your lineup. You might need to use the score. I know they don't want to, but it's important that you finish just as clean as you started.
Now, Kennedy, you look at the tail end of that rotational lead, big scores from Cammie Weaver and Jocelyn Robertson.
And if there's two people that can step up and deliver those scores, it's Cammie and Jocelyn in that back end of the lineup. Good effort on that dismount. She tried so hard off on that side a little bit and then tried to counterbalance it, and unfortunately just had too much of a dip in that right shoulder. Couldn't save it on top of the beam.
Danny Ferris coming up on the floor now for Florida.
Florida really steps up in this back end of the lineup. You're going to see these E passes starting to come out, starting with Taylor Clark with that big double layout. Danny can also do a double layout. She alternates between that and a full in. Tonight she's doing the full in. This is going to be big. Full twisting double tuck. Clean landing out of that. I like her form in the air. Those legs are not only tucked, but her feet are pointed. deliver on those leaps. Just as important to get to that 180-degree split as it is to get your feet all the way around. Last pass here, around a 1.5 front layout, that blind landing coming out. Great job spotting out of that. I like the way she absorbed that. Great work there from Danny on the floor.
Was following up a 9.925 from Taylor Clark. And Danny Ferris wasn't in the floor lineup last week, had been dealing with an illness. They didn't want to push it too much, but back in this week.
And this was huge. You can see those feet pointed throughout, just a slight leg separation on the way down, anticipating that landing. And super clean 1.5 front layout. I really like the way she did that one.
Still don't have a score yet for Maddie Walagora on beam now. It is in the 9.175, so of course they're going to want to drop that after the fall. And now, like we said, pressure is on here coming after a fall.
If there's anyone that can step up and deliver in this pressure spot, it's Cammie Weaver. She's been here before. She's delivered in the past. She can do it again tonight. Starting with that acro series. Beautifully done. I love the confidence that Cammie has when she's on top of the beam. Calm, collected. You can tell that she feels good about her gymnastics, as she should. Really great save there. Again, they do not want to count another fall. I liked that. Sometimes on that ring jump, she doesn't release her head fully back. I liked that one. It looked like she was really looking at the ceiling. That is exactly what Arkansas needed. Way to step up for Cammie Weaver. Great routine and awesome stick at the end of that.
Big smile for Cammie. We'll see what they end up giving her on that score. Our Tuesday Hoops doubleheader on the SEC Network and the ESPN app features #1 Auburn against Vandy at 7 Eastern, followed by Georgia and #10 Texas A&M. Fun night in the SEC in men's hoops coming up on Tuesday. This should be a fun routine. Leanne Wong, as you're getting toward the tail end of this floor lineup for Florida.
Leanne has so many skills that she can do. She's going to open with this opening double layout. She's one of the only gymnasts in NCAA that I've seen do so many different E-level passes. She can also do a triple twist, a double Arabian. She's competed those both incredibly well. Going with the double layout this year. Just absorb on this landing. Great job, perfection from Leanne. Had a little bit of controversy on the one that she did this Sunday. There was a leg up on that lunge. Not today though, such a clean stick coming out. Nice to see Leanne do that. Another difficult pass for Leanne, a whip half. That's a back handspring with no hands to a front full. Done so well. I don't know, we didn't see the 10 on bars. Maybe we'll see it on floor.
Well, she has a history of it here.
Great routine from Leanne. I think that's the best routine she's done this season, one of the best in her career. Nice to see her really build that up. That should be a good confidence booster for her. This was excellent. Such a difficult pass to keep your feet together on. There's so much intensity coming down in that landing. And again, really great control coming out of that whip half.
4 for 8 10s have come against Arkansas. There's 10 potential here as well. Jocelyn Robertson coming up to anchor the beam.
Jocelyn is a beautiful beam worker. She's aggressive and precise. Like on that pipe jump right there, that's so difficult. You've got to have so much core strength to get those legs perpendicular to the beam.
Kennedy, can we give Jocelyn a shout out for buying the entire team iced vanilla lattes from her favorite coffee shop here in Fayetteville?
Yeah,
Dodo?
yeah, we can give her that because that's just another testament to the person that Jocelyn is. She's an amazing teammate, going outside of what she needs to do, buying coffee for her friends, but then also hitting for her friends. Someone you want to see on your team and in your lineup.
She said you got to go to Dodo to get that vanilla iced latte. If you want to sit down, though, Meteor is the place to be in Fayetteville.
I love the inside scoop. Could she give us an inside scoop on how she nails that series over the top of the beam every single time? So difficult, she doesn't even put her hands down. I'm seeing minimal deduction in this routine. Incredibly clean, one of the best she's ever done. Just the dismount. Fought to get that stick, really dug those toes into the ground, but again, one of the best routines that Jocelyn's done this year.
The entire arena was riding along the beam with her.
Beautifully done. Her beam work is impressive to say the least. And of course, he would be excited about that. He should be. I'm excited about that.
Her dad hyped up, by the way, on the floor side for Florida. They gave Leanne Wong a 9.925. Now here's Selena Harris-Miranda anchoring the floor lineup.
Front through to double tuck here for Selena. She is capable of doing a big double layup. She switched that pass this year. Feels like she has more control coming out of that. Selena is such a fun performer to watch, really draws your eyes in, gets the crowd involved. You can tell she's having a good time out there. You're going to notice Selena is in the back half of these lineups throughout Florida's competition. Head coach Jenny Rowland said she thrives there. She likes that pressure. Great job on that last pass straight into the choreography. I like the height that she got on that stag jump afterwards.
Show you first pass, last pass here for Selena Harris-Miranda.
This concludes our third round.
Nice form throughout. Her legs are glued together in the air. Had a lot of power out of that. Fought to keep it on that front leg in the lunge. An excellent job through to the ending of that routine.
This score could potentially give them a new season high. Arkansas won't be able to match their season high on the beam, but Jocelyn Robertson did get a 9.9 to wrap up that third rotation for the Razorbacks. But another good close to a rotation for Florida. We'll again see what they give Selena Harris-Miranda. Florida leading the meet in the cumulative team score right now. The score is in 9-9. Been a big year for the sport of gymnastics. Been a big year for women's sports in general. We're celebrating Girls and Women in Sports Day when we come back here to Fayetteville.